get your quote.
You're listening to Plus Size Divas with Deanna and Carmen, only on LA Talk Radio.
Ow. Motherfuckers. All right, get off your phones, bitches. We're live. Hey.
I am a masterpiece, just who I should be. So don't try changing anything about me. I'm a curvy
come back.
Gotta live into my heart. What's looking back in me?
Amazing.
I am a masterpiece.
Oh, you guys aren't even ready for this guest at all.
Welcome to the season finale.
Not it's over.
Season 1 finale of the Plus Size Divas.
Yes.
I am Carmen Renee, aka Eat the Cake 2.
And I am Deanna Carmen at Deanna Bomb Chica. And together we are.
We already said it, that we're the Plus Size Divas.
Yeah, we're the fucking 2 Plus Size Divas. Like, you guys don't know this after 3 months of shows.
Guys, we're super excited to be here at LA Talk Radio. Tonight, we'll be back here probably in January, but
maybe in February.
So make sure that you are following us, though, on all of our platforms, so you are staying up to date with what we have going on, because it's forever something exciting. We are on Instagram and Twitter at 2 Plus Size Divas. We are on Facebook and YouTube at the Plus Size Divas.
I am hopped up on fucking Theraflu, so guess what? It's balls to the wall. It's our last show. We're gonna go crazy, and I think we should just like go crazy tonight.
Yeah, we have the perfect guest.
We have the perfect guest. Let's introduce her, shall we?
We just met, and she's already my new favorite person.
She's probably our new best friend. Like, you're probably gonna have to be the jelly in our peanut butter sandwich. Here we go. So check it out.
I'm into it.
You're into it, everybody. If you do not know what the Plus Bus Boutique in LA is, it's probably because you're skinny.
That was really good.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Gosh.
Pretty fucking witty. I don't know. Okay. But we have one of the co-owners. It's Jen and Marcy of the Plus Bus. They own this awesome boutique. I'm going to let Jen tell you all about it. But ladies and gentlemen, we have Jen from the Plus Bus with us tonight. She is our guest. Say hello to the people.
Things on or in her ears, she said.
It's not the thing on the ears, it's my hair.
Okay. I mean,
My
your
hair
hair
is
looks
so
beautiful.
Hi, Jen. Tell us about, you can look at us, you can look at the camera. Tell the people about yourself and how they can find you and whatever you want to share with the world.
Well, let's start with
The Plus Bus.
Let's start with that.
Yeah.
What is it for people who don't know? And
on Instagram, we're at the Plus Bus.
Yep.
Our website is theplus-bus.com.
Got it.
We have been in our physical space now for 2 years.
Amazing.
Almost 3.
Good for you.
So crazy. And then we were at the Rose Bowl for a year before that.
Wow.
And our premise is buy, swap, sustain. So we're really into the fact that we take fast fashion and we make it something that is sustainable within the fashion recycling thing that happens. So our store is just that. It's a recycling center for plus size fashion. Basically, it's a consignment store. You bring in your plus size clothing, size 12 and up, or extra large and up, and we give you store credit. So it's kind of like we swap with all of the beautiful plus size fashionistas that are interested in fashion, that want to like take the picture and then change their outfit, and never wear that again.
Gotcha.
So
that's me, by the way.
That's all of us, and like especially content creators and influencers, which is who we are totally geared towards and who we work with, who just have this plethora of access to clothing and access to brands, and just the knowledge of even knowing what brands are out there is such a gift that I think the Plus Bus like inadvertently has become like this encyclopedia of plus size fashion, because you can't really go anywhere in LA at least and see so many brands on one floor.
Right.
So you can go to Torrid, you can buy Torrid, you can go to Lane Bryant, you can buy Lane Bryant, you can go to all these places and you can buy the brand that they make, but you can't go to a place and see. I mean, we have like hundreds of brands.
That's amazing.
And I've been doing fashion for 20 years. I've been a plus size person since I was like 14 years old. I've been making clothes since I was 14 years old. And I even every day learn about a new brand
That's amazing.
through the Plus Bus. So it started out as just like a fun way to get rid of clothes. And for us, like, because Marcy, my partner, Marcy Guevara, the Marcy Minute on Instagram, who was already like well established in the plus size industry when I found her, or so I thought. You know, I was like a fangirl. I walked up to her and I was like, you know, like, oh my God,
What was that again?
you're a big girl in a skinny world. Like, oh my God, you know, I have a clothing line. We should be best friends. So
And now you are.
yeah, I mean, we just like clicked really well. And 1 year after I had my daughter, I have a 4-year-old daughter named Poppy.
Hi, Poppy.
Almost 2-year-old son named Gray. So I'm a busy lady.
Right.
But the Plus Bus is like soul food in this way that I can't really explain unless you've been there before, because we started out, I mean, I have this like cheesy tagline, but like we turned our closets into community that we never knew we needed.
I love it.
Because what has happened with the Plus Bus is it has become like this safe space for fat bodies and for fat people to express themselves and to like gain access and knowledge to other fat bodies that are doing, you know, fat things. That's what I like to say. We're a fat place for fat bodies to do fat things, and everybody has a fat friend, so send them my way. That's what I tell everybody.
I love that. And, you know, she's sitting here talking, and I was thinking about the Big Bottom Bash. And, you know, I have a pool. And, like, when I have friends over, it's crazy that I'm not even free at my own pool unless I'm home alone with my husband. But I was just, as you were talking, I was thinking about that, like the safe space. And there was this event, the Big Bottom Bash, and it was like literally like women of all sizes, but mostly plus size women. And we were just running around in our bathing suits and our
geared towards
bikinis.
fat liberation.
And,
So
yeah. And it was, and I didn't feel the need.
Like the best feeling. I don't know.
I can't even do that at home is my point. Like we had guests over this weekend and I was like in a towel till I was ready to get in the pool. Isn't that crazy?
So I want to take a little pause and share an experience that I had on Friday. Because speaking of these safe spaces, I think like it's beautiful when we can find them, and like I treasure them.
That's why your spot is great. We love that.
Much. And I've really become kind of like, I think because in my mind, like I've just created a safe space for my own body that I just like, I'm pretty comfortable anywhere. But on Friday, Julie at Confidently Jules, who is like the third member kind of Plus Size Divas.
She's our co-host when we she's our co-host when we co-host out or something.
Right.
She's
so
our subby.
Her and her friend and I went to a resort on Friday, and we're all very, very free with our bodies. She literally was like in a thong bikini. I was in basically a thong bikini, and her friend was in a bikini, and it was in a sea of very privileged bodies, very privileged people, I would say.
Yeah.
And it was the most bizarre experience I've ever had. Like how you wrote it is exactly how it was. Like people were taking pictures of us like we were animals in a zoo.
Yeah, that's what I said to her.
Like there was it was like confusion.
How boring their life must be.
Right. It was like,
this is all I can think about is like, you've never seen a body?
You've never,
like,
no, it's not that. It's
really?
You've never seen you've never seen a big person who loves their body.
Well,
That's
and wears what they want.
That is
and
actually
wears
the
what they want.
confusion.
I mean, the
If
thing
we were
about
in-
all of these people like this, and this comes from years and years of dealing with the same. I don't think that I've ever had my picture taken it, but I don't know. I tend to try to be pretty oblivious.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think to myself constantly in those situations, all they can say to me is that I'm fat.
Right.
If that's all you got.
Well, and you know what? I am fat.
Yeah, I know.
You know
That's
what? It's like, I am fat. I don't care. I'm so over the word. I've gotten so much power taken out of that word for me just by reclaiming it and really thinking. And I think J.K. Rowling has like a great quote about, you know, there's so many horrible things you could be, like,
Yeah.
fat is like nothing.
Right.
Yeah, fat is. I
Right.
would rather be fat than horrible and
Yeah, we
you know,
A pedophile, a rapist,
anything.
let's go
I
on,
mean,
you know?
it's just like they don't have anything on me,
Right.
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 and I thrive from pissing people off.
I do
That's
too.
like literally what makes my blood pump.
Well, it just
But-
was a very good reminder that, and I told all three of them, I said, one day our bodies will be normal, and we can say that, we were part of that movement.
But
And
your bodies are normal.
I know.
That's the thing. This
But
is
I
the
mean,
diet
so
culture.
Societal.
seen as-
Societal.
will be
Diet
seen as
culture
normal.
is a poison and a cancer that is killing women and threatening their lives every single day. And diet culture is the number one reason why women hate their bodies.
Yeah.
And diet culture is the thing that is pissing me off the most right now.
Yeah.
Like I mean, besides the Me Too movement and these other things that are super important, diet culture is so ingrained in goodness, in worthiness, in self-righteousness, in all of these things that have nothing to do with what your body looks like. And we've just been lied to and completely sold this thing that is unattainable, unhealthy, and really just doesn't serve anybody except for the people that are selling the pills. You know what I
Right.
mean? And it's just been such an eye-awakening thing lately to see, people who I thought were so liberated in their ideas about body size and about health and about fitness and things like that, going for weight loss surgery and going for, the before and after pics. And
Well,
it's just so disappointing to me. And I understand, like, loving your body is loving your body. And I'm sorry we're getting so serious because I
No.
want to keep it light because
No.
the Plus Bus is a very light and beautiful, wonderful thing.
No, we can talk
But
about
diet
whatever.
culture really does affect every single one of my clients, my customers, my friends, my sister, my mother, my family. Every single member of my family is ingrained with the idea that their body is wrong.
yeah.
Right.
Well,
And
let
it's
me ask you
so
though this,
pervasive. Like,
because
we have to change it. We have to start talking about it, and we as fat people have to live our lives in a way that is visible, and that is, we can't let our weight determine what our choices are and what we feel worthy of. We have to, as fat people, stand up for what we believe in, make the content that we need to see, be the models that we want to participate in their brands. And we have to make our own content, and we have to make our own world, because they're not going to give us the room. They're not going to give us
That's
the
why we're
space.
here. Look, I mean, that's why we're here.
Exactly.
But what about, you mentioned like before and after pictures. I think that there is this weird gray space, and it's like a disconnect between, fat liberation and making losing weight the enemy, like making weight loss, this like horrible thing.
There is nothing wrong with losing weight. There's nothing wrong with gaining weight.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with staying the same weight,
Yeah.
Right.
whether that is fat or skinny.
I think it's about
But
changing
the perception of
why.
weight equals health.
Yes.
And
Is
health
crazy.
equals weight.
Yes.
And yes, I understand it. We have all of this literature and things that are telling us to eat healthy and to blah, 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 and green and kale and blah, 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 blah. But we don't need to reinforce those things that are, we don't need to reinforce the stereotypes is what I say. Is like, we don't need to show that before picture, because what you're saying, and a lot of it is well-intentioned.
Yeah.
It is. And I don't want to get too deep on this.
No,
I
this
mean,
is
Marcy would
good.
probably kill me right now.
Why?
Because
This
I'm
is what
too-
people want to
This
hear.
is very, very serious. But I've been really fired up about this because one of my, I'm going to cry, one of my most beautiful friends, who's very, very young, had the weight loss surgery and, lost a ton of weight and then had to have the surgeries for the skin removal. 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's like,
You don't even know
this was
yourself.
someone, and it's happening to people, my idols, my icons. And I used to tell my mom all the time, all the fat ladies, whenever they get famous, all they do is just get skinny. And it really makes me mad.
Right.
And my mom was like, well, yeah, you know, they have chefs and mom. I'm like, no, they're cutting their stomachs. I bet you anything they're cutting their stomachs open. Like, they're doing bariatric. I call it stomach amputation. I am completely 100% against it. And if you need literature on why, I will give you some. You can email me directly at jenwildermail@gmail.com. I'm very fired up about this because I see these people all the time in my shop, and they've had the surgery and they're not doing great.
Yeah.
And they're shortening their lives.
Well, that's
And
what we
it's
talked
not
about is
healthy.
like,
And like
this,
the doctors are getting money for it.
yeah.
Anyway.
And I really think that like doctors are suggesting that more and more with even a smaller gap. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you have 50 pounds to lose. Like,
No, there's
oh,
no
you need-
science about
you
it.
need
They don't know
the-
what it does to you. These people end up with kidney failure, and it's just, I'm just been really into it lately and really reading a lot about it and really talking a lot about it with fat people and just trying to be like, dude, don't do it. You know, they're telling us all that we're pre-diabetic and that we need this surgery. And I'm like, number one, pre-diabetic means nothing.
Right.
Literally nothing. Pre-diabetic doesn't exist. Like, these things become like catchwords and catchphrases, and then all of a sudden your friend and your Aunt Susan and your mom and everybody's got a CPAP machine and they're pre-diabetic and they got the bariatric and they're, you know, and
Right.
they're just like an insurance cash cow.
Right.
And I'm just like, you guys,
Yeah.
please stop doing this. We're going to regret this later. And I just think that fat people are so beautiful. And I see so many beautiful fat women and men and gender non-conforming people in my shop doing amazing things. And, you know, we have to keep doing the things that make us happy and forget about the noise and just really tune out of that conversation, because we're not helping it either. I don't think I just don't think that they're going to make the space for us. I think that we are just going to have to do our own thing. And like right now, I just started writing a book like last Monday because I need it to exist. It's called the History of Plus Size Fashion. So I really want to turn that into like a class, and maybe teach it at one of the fashion schools. My husband's a teacher at the Fashion Institute, and I went there as well. And just like getting plus size things into every facet of life is like our duty.
Right.
As like, I feel like we're like the first wave not really, but I feel like we're like the first wave of like, we all are getting this voice. Like,
This didn't exist 5 years ago.
Well, yeah,
Really.
but
It
there
really didn't.
were people. There have always been people fighting the good fight. And
Right,
I
yeah.
want to mention, like, right now, Marilyn Wan and Reagan Chastain. They just come off the top of my head because
Right.
I don't want to discount who came before us. I mean, there's always been people fighting the fight for fat acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that organization has existed since the 70s. And dude, can you imagine being like woke about this stuff in the 70s?
Yeah.
It's 2018 and we're still
Yeah.
like struggling to
Yeah.
get people to like believe us that we
But with
work out
everything,
and
though,
we eat
too.
salads. Like,
Yeah. True.
And I think that's the frustrating part is like we're trying to get people to believe this, and it's like sometimes I'm like, why? Like, I don't have to, you know, I post a workout, maybe, you know, if I choose to film one, I'll post it, and it's like, I read the comments and I start to reply and I'm like, why? Like, I don't have to prove my health to you. I don't have to prove what I eat to you.
I know.
It really,
I wish that like Instagram didn't have anything to do with comments, because like I really feel like the comment, like,
You can disable them.
I know, but like your numbers
know.
and your
Yeah.
interactions and like all the good people get like, you know,
Yeah.
they get punished for one jerk or whatever. But the thickness of our skin that's required
Yeah.
for us
Oh,
to
yeah.
exist, and for us, even just, regular old thin women.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
um, it's like we are constantly bombarded
No, this
online
is
by like
not-
bullies
yeah.
and like, people telling us to die. And it's like literally for being alive, for being a woman.
Commit
and
suicide. Kill yourself. I love that one.
Oh, yeah.
That one's
Diet
great.
culture and
You're killing
and,
yourself,
and
or you're
self-acceptance is not a fat issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not.
It's a
This is our
people
platform, so
issue.
this is
Yeah.
our what we're passionate about. But I say like all the time, this is not a fat issue. Like this is a human issue. Men and women of all sizes, we're just constantly shown, taught, preached, shoved in our face that we're not enough.
So that's why I just
Or we're not
don't-
normal.
That's
you
why
know?
I just like stopped thinking about it.
Right.
I literally I'm in fashion. I've been a fashion designer for 20 years. I've been doing product development for BB, BCBG, Marciano, Guess, Forever 21,
That's
R&B,
amazing.
like every single brand you could think of that's contemporary. I've probably sold them a design and produced and manufactured garments for them in Los Angeles, and I hadn't been able to wear one single piece
Right.
until 2012 when I made my own line.
Wow.
Like that in itself is like, and the fact that when I went to school for fashion design and I went to school wanting to do plus sizes, like they didn't even have a mannequin. They didn't know what I was talking about. I had a teacher laugh at me once when I told them that I wanted to do plus size fashion. They were like, "Oh, there is none."
You're like,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah,
why
that's
I
the
wanna do
problem.
it.
Yeah, when I was growing up, we had like Lane Bryant and Avenue, and that was it. Like that was your choice. That was it.
I was fortunate enough to grow up in Southern California, so I probably had more access to certain things, but it was horrible. I mean, I'm 10 years older than you guys probably. And, in the 90s, it was like Susie's Deals. That's what it was, like $5 clothing store.
Right, yeah.
Marshalls.
God forbid they ever lost your bag on a flight or the cruise. You're fucked.
Oh my God.
Right?
This is my,
Right? Right? Have you ever had that happen? As a big girl, that's your biggest fear.
It is.
Like I would
It's a
always
nightmare.
pack something in my carry-on because if you went on a
I
cruise,
never thought about that.
oh my God, you
how are
would
you going to
be
get a bathing suit?
fucked. Because those little shops on the cruise ships don't carry anything
Investors,
for
if you're
us.
out there
That's
listening,
true.
this is why every city needs a plus bus.
Hello.
I would
that
just
did happen to me one
encourage
time.
everybody in their cities to create fat content and fat organizations and fat events for everywhere you go. There are fat people and they need other fat people doing things to see. And, I have people ask me every single day, like, how can I do this? And how can I do that? And how can I do the other thing? I don't know how you can become a plus size model.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just let you guys know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a model.
Well,
But if you guys want to know about starting a retail business, I'll answer that.
we would love. Well,
No, the
that
emails are always like, how do you become a model?
Model.
I'm like, well, take pictures.
I know.
was take pictures.
Yeah.
I
Full body shot here and there.
I want to segue what you said
Yes.
about create this. This
Yes.
is why we have LA Talk, LA Talk Radio. We're here with the show. We saw that there was a need for it.
Yes.
And we've been talking about the special announcement. We have a couple of things going on right now.
Dun,
This is
dun,
where you're going to feel bad in 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, I love
I'm
you.
ready.
So anyway, you guys,
By the way,
special
you're so cute. What's
Isn't
your
she
name
beautiful?
again?
Yeah, right.
On the Instas?
Eat the cake too.
eat the cake. Eat the cake, baby. So our
I changed my names
exciting
to only eats cake.
our exciting special
Yes.
announcement has to do with Jen and Marcy at the Plus Bus because tonight is our last episode of the Plus Size Divas
Season 1.
Season 1.
Season
Guys,
one.
we're not
but
going anywhere. Everyone's
We're not
like,
going
"You guys
anywhere.
are done?" No,
we're not going anywhere.
It's just
It's actually rolling into something really exciting that Carmen and I are we're going to try our damnedest to do one body positivity event a month.
Yes.
and our
you.
first one, we are really blessed, is
I'm
with
so excited.
Jen and Marcy of the Plus Bus. You guys mark your calendars. It is on Saturday.
October 13th.
Yes, from 1 to 6 at the Plus Bus, which is at 2701 West Ave 34. This is, by the way, we have a flyer. We'll be posting it. You will be inundated with this information. But we're really excited because we are doing something called the
Mini Masterpiece.
Masterpiece Mini Photo Shoot, where literally you're going to come. We're going to have this gorgeous backdrop that says Masterpiece. You're going to stand there. I take really good pictures.
She does.
We are going to snap as many pictures as we can of you. When I feel like we have enough, great. I'm going to get them to you the next day. But you can come naked. You can come dressed. You can come in a bikini.
What's amazing is that
Isn't Stacy gonna be performing?
No, but maybe we should.
yeah, Marcy had
Her
offered
family too does or somebody she knows does nails. They have like a whole nail business.
Oh.
Do nails.
Well, maybe
and
we should.
makeup.
Yeah,
And
we
we
should
get
talk about
Amanda
something.
Bourne to do makeup.
Yeah, we should talk. But
well, we're just doing. That might be a little tough because we're just doing 5-minute shoots. But Marcy had said also that we have access to
Clothing at the Plus
clothing.
Bus.
So come ready to shop, but also, if you need to be styled,
We'll have
you can
that.
do that too.
Carmen's going to be on staff to help you with some poses and stuff like that. And the other exciting thing is we have Paul Fishman who's coming, and
amazing.
he's amazing. He's a self-love coach. He's epic. We fell in love with him at an event we went to.
Yeah.
Paul's going to be there. He's going to be donating his time, and he's going to come and do mini self-love sessions with everybody there. He's going to take you in like groups of 3 or 5 or whatever. We're going to have refreshments. We're going to have like a lot of exciting stuff. So
and cookies, by
well,
the way.
yes.
Well,
Oh, and by the way, the event.
Well, I thought it was important to mention cookies.
and they're going to be customized, honey.
I don't know. She looks like Drew Barrymore.
She is Drew Barrymore. She's just the plus size Drew Barrymore.
Okay, so I'm really mad that Marcy never told me about you.
No, I know, right?
darn.
She's worst.
Why haven't we shot her? I don't know.
It's
Well,
done.
it's
It's done
okay.
now. We'll do it. We'll do it that day. But anyway, you guys mark your calendars. 10:13. We'll be posting it. Plus Bus. Come down 1 to 6. We really, really want an enormous, wonderful, safe. It even says on the flyer. This is a body positive, self-love, judgment-free zone. Come down, meet people, share the
We
love.
have a lot of signs all over the Plus Bus
Yep.
about. Have you guys been there?
I haven't.
Okay.
No, but we're coming.
Okay.
And we're
but
so
you've never
excited.
been before.
I'm going to come before.
And with that, so since
I don't feel so bad.
hold on,
Uh-oh.
this is the excitement.
This is gonna make you feel bad.
I hope it's...
Since this
Oh.
is the end of season 1.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Yes.
Do you
We
know?
are going to toast
Oh my
to
God,
our first
sparkling
event.
Shiraz?
Yes, baby.
Oh, we're fancy.
We are going
I'm so
to
excited right now. Do you know how much I
we
love?
are going to
oh my
toast
god!
our first event with the Plus Bus.
Marcy, I'm sorry you're not.
Sorry, you're not here, Marcy. I brought 4.
I'm
by
gonna
the
drink
way.
hers.
I brought 4.
Pour one for her. I'll pour some on the concrete.
Can anybody open this?
My
Because
homies.
I suck at that.
Oh, I'm so good at it.
So you guys,
you're good at
I wanted to toast to our first event, and we're really excited to do it with you, Jen.
Oh, I'm so excited.
But there's more. But there's
What?
more.
You get a card. You get a card.
Honey, I wish. Open that. Let's do a
Okay,
cheers,
okay.
and then. So everybody's got that on their calendar, right?
So- and we
10:13.
will
It's
be
Saturday.
Obviously posting the crap out of it.
Yes, posting the crap.
And we're gonna try to get special guests there. We're gonna try to get other, people in the body positive community.
If you guys have never been to an event at the Plus Bus, by the by, y'all are missing out.
Yeah, 'cause
It
it's
is
fun.
So fun. Like every time we have an event, I'm like, okay, what is this going to be like? I'm like, I don't know. This is a long one.
We're
And
gonna
then
have a
I
ball.
get there
Amazing.
and I'm like, oh my god,
This is
like
awesome.
the exact people I needed.
And you guys keep in mind,
I needed
we
to meet
we can't
and-
announce it right now. We're not ready to announce it right now, but we also will have an amazing different event in November. We're going to be, fingers crossed, doing an incredible body positivity
We
toy
are.
drive for children.
Oh, yeah.
in December.
Definitely.
So season
Are there
2,
body positive toys?
no, but just a body positive
Toy
event
drive.
where we
Yeah.
we do a toy drive
Plus
so we can
size
give them
Barbie.
to plus size Barbie. Are you gonna open that damn bottle, lady? Come on.
I'm trying not to scare
Woo! There we go.
still
Pop
got
that
scared.
bottle.
I know.
Pop it. Okay, so we're going to do a little toasty toast to our first season, to our first event. We're so
Oh,
excited.
what?
And then
God, it's so beautiful. A sparkling
fill it up,
Shiraz.
baby.
I love red wine.
This
Sparkling
smells
Shiraz.
like trouble.
It is trouble.
Here you go.
Clink, clink. By the way, we have to finish the whole bottle because then it's just a waste.
Obviously.
Obvi.
I mean, is that ever an issue?
Yes. Sometimes it is for me. I don't know how I'm getting
Thank
home.
you.
There are so many photos of me with a bottle like this.
God, that smells good.
I know.
It really
gonna be
does.
good.
So excited
Okay.
for this right now.
Yeah. Oop,
So,
don't get
I
bubbly.
know, I was trying to hurry there and
So
take it slow.
I'll start. You can add. Jen, you can add. I would just like to
Why does she fill her the
absolutely.
hive?
We were so crazy before the mics went on, and then the mics came on. I got so serious, and
It's okay.
But now you're
we're
not gonna be anymore.
we're live
we're
and
gonna
up.
bring it
I
on back.
would like to toast to an incredible season 1 with you. Really exciting journey. You've taught me so much. I love you so much. You're an incredible friend, an incredible co-host, and I'm really fucking proud of us. I'm really fucking proud of us that we are 2 plus size women. We're on the airwaves, doing it, getting brand ambassadorships, going to events.
I'm super proud of you
Getting
guys,
out
and I'm
there.
really proud to be here on your season 1 finale. Thank you so much, for
Dude,
having
we'd have it
me.
no other way. And now we're launching into an incredible, like doing incredible events. And that's really important because they don't really exist. So I'm fucking proud of us.
I'm proud of us too. I'm
Cheers to
proud
that.
of all of us
Cheers.
and thankful. Also, cheers to all of our sponsors who had
Yes.
faith
Thank you,
and believed in us
sponsors.
for
Yes.
season 1.
Yes. And by the way, really great time to talk about.
Can we drink real quick?
Yeah, drink.
Can you smoke in here?
No. Oh God. But also want to shout
That's
out.
strong.
I want to shout out my friend Melissa from Credit Matters because she is sponsoring the event at the Plus Bus. She got us our backdrop. She got 4 dozen of customized cookies that are going to say "Love Yourself" and "Plus Size Diva" and amazing things. So Melissa, we love you. Thank you so much for sponsoring us, for believing in us. Now on to the next surprise.
Woo! I love surprises.
We will not. I had the pleasure of having my birthday on the
I want to
show.
hang out with you.
No, seriously, it's done. I had the pleasure of having my birthday on the show in July. We will not be on the air for your birthday.
Aww.
And at the Big Bottom Bash, there was a vendor, and she was doing something, and I said, "Oh my God, I want to get this for Carmen." So
Birthday present.
I got you a birthday present. You have to open it on the air,
Okay.
and I really hope you love it because when I saw it, I was like, I really like. Ugh. Anyway,
No pressure.
Oh shoot.
happy birthday! Her birthday's in November, y'all. Don't get excited.
But I love
When's
early
your
birthday.
birthday?
November.
20th.
But we're not going to be on the air, so I have to make a big deal out of it.
Sister's birthday.
Scorpio self.
That's why I love you.
Ah, shit.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Do you know? Okay.
I'm gonna
My mom's a Scorpio. My sister's a Scorpio. my best friends is 2 of my best friends are Scorpios.
And now Carmen.
My son is 11/23, so he's a Sag, but I call him a little Scorpio Sag.
Okay, so you have to read it.
keep
pushing.
pushing the body positive movement forward. Glad my art could help the cause.
She has no idea what this is, by the way.
Is
Come
this
on.
April? Does that say April?
No. But nice try. Turn it over. Other side.
Okay, I need to open this.
Yeah, you do. There you go. I opened it for you. Now you just have to slide it out.
I'm so excited.
Slide it out, baby.
Oh yeah.
That's what he says.
Oh
How
my
cute.
god, it's beautiful.
So this is a photo that we took that I gave to one of the
Andrea.
vendors. Yes, Art by Andrea. Actually, her website is
amazing,
Art
by the
by
way.
Who is Andrea. And Andrea struck me a little deal because I was like, I want to really surprise Carmen with this for her birthday.
Cute.
And
That's so sweet.
she created this. It took her like a month to work on it, get it.
my
She shipped it to me and got it here just in time so I could give it to you because I wanted to end our season being like, bitch, we did this. Hang this up in your house.
Oh
Like
my
you're
god, I love it.
should be proud. Do you love it?
I do. Thank you so much, Deanna. Honestly,
I
This
like
is
giving gifts that are
really-
like creative and
That's
arty
so
and
sweet.
that kind of thing. So I just wanted to say thank you for Andrea for doing this and like being so true to our bodies and
yeah.
not changing them.
Heck
Like that
yes.
looks almost just like the photo. And you guys, if you want your own, she does kind of whatever you want, but if you want your own artwork, which I think
love the
everybody should,
outfits.
that's literally what we were wearing. You guys hit her up, Art by whoisandrea.com.
I'll have to message her tonight. This
Yep.
is beautiful. Thank
And
you so much.
well, I have to take a picture of you, and we
Okay.
have to put it up because I promised her.
Yeah.
But her IG is Who is Andrea. So happy birthday! I love you.
I love
you are a
you.
masterpiece. We are a masterpiece. I'm really excited, and I
Those are
I
so
hope you frame it and like put it somewhere
Oh,
beautiful
I
in your house. And
definitely will.
I just I'm really
Sentimental.
here.
let's do that. I'm sentimental, but I'm also I'm really proud of us. Like we talked about this And a lot of people talk and then don't do it. And we did
Believe
it.
me, I know.
And this isn't working. Okay.
I
know how to
just,
do this.
like,
Isn't that awesome, you guys?
Here,
So
put the
cool.
water bottle behind it and we'll rest on.
Okay, maybe we'll do that. Maybe that'll work. Oh, yeah, you're smart. No, not really. You're
Just kidding.
okay,
Okay, well, you get.
you're
We'll take a
really,
picture.
really pretty.
you're not smart. You're really pretty.
Wow.
Keep drinking.
Just kidding.
Keep
Oh
drinking,
my
girls.
gosh.
I
Oh my
love
God.
self-deprecating and other
my
people deprecating humor. So
You guys
we're
are
already
amazing.
brother and
Do you want
sister.
to read your Be Positive
I do.
little thing, and then we're going to go back into conversation with our
We're
friend
gonna
Jen.
talk about the Plus Bus more because I got
Yeah, let's talk about the Plus
stuff
Bus.
that's going on.
But this is actually the perfect quote for what we've been talking about. It says,
I'm going to be cocked.
and we should cheers to this.
Yes.
You are not alive to just pay bills and lose weight.
Fuck
yeah.
no. Thank you, Jesus, for that one,
Thank
right?
you.
Not alive. Not alive for
And
that.
it feels like that sometimes because
Yeah.
if we listen to all the outside voices, literally, that's what it feels
It's
like.
I
work,
used
work,
to,
work, work, work. That's it.
Subscribe to every fashion magazine and Us Weekly
Mm-hmm.
and what are all the other ones? Okay.
The good smut one.
We call them crack magazines.
Yeah.
Me and my sister, and we would get them and just devour them. And I don't know what happened. I can't remember exactly what happened, but it was around the time when Brittany was losing her shit.
Yeah.
And she like shaved her head and everything.
Yeah.
I felt so disgusting.
You felt
Like
disgusting?
reading those magazines and like reveling in this other person's like demise.
Yes.
But that's what
Like,
society does.
But I got
build
so
you up to
grossed
tear
out.
you down.
I got so grossed out with myself and like the whole thing. I disconnected my cable.
Wow.
And I got rid of all my fashion magazine subscriptions. I like never ever participate in the news. Like
Right.
I only read articles from the newspaper, but I don't like watch the news or any of the because they make all these stupid stories and they make
Yeah.
everything sound worse.
And everything
And they
has a
all
spin.
talk about diets. That's all they sell is diets.
Or how about the picture where they circle and they're like, look at her cellulite.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that came close, girl.
Pro.
That came close.
That was so close.
How about that? Have you seen those where they circle it in red and they're like,
No.
look at her cellulite?
Yeah, like
oh
on
my National Enquirer and stuff like that.
TMZ or like
TMZ does it. It's horrible. It's so bad.
It's gross.
Terrible.
Do you know what magazine I used to read is
What?
Cosmopolitan, and I always felt like there's no way like that I can see myself doing this as a fat person. And now we have Tess Holiday and Cosmo, and they did a whole thing with. Did you see that Felicia? What's her name? I forget. Where they did a whole.
Did they talk to Tess about sex?
Yes.
Oh.
This was actually a few months ago too. They did a video with 3 plus size models, and they actually talked about sex, and like it was amazing. Like I really, because I loved Cosmo, like
Yeah.
and it was
I grew up
always
reading
very.
that.
You know what your next
upsetting to
birthday?
me.
Do you know what your next birthday present is?
A Cosmo.
No, you get the next 20 minutes to talk about sex. She's been dying to talk about fat sex. Here you go, Carmen.
Oh my God.
Talk about it.
Thank you.
Come on, girl. Go.
All I
What do
wanna
you
talk
want to
about is
say?
It's just such a.
Have you ever
again-
had sex with a fat person?
Yes.
Okay, because I just realized that
It's
in my
kind of-
40 years, I've never had sex with a fat person, and I am trying to change that. Recently, I didn't even think about it. I never
You know
thought
what,
about
though?
it.
Like
I never thought about it.
Depending on
But
the
I
body,
think
it can actually be a little problematic.
no, I get it. Like my body can be problematic in sex. I can't hold it up or do things like acrobats.
And it's yeah.
I mean,
That shit that requires upper body strength. Count me
like-
the fuck out.
I am a T-Rex. I have big, powerful legs and itty bitty useless arms.
I just think that it's important that instead of
Oh my God.
it's that thing where we grow up, we're watching, we start watching TV shows or movies with sex
The
scenes.
simulated
Oh my
sex,
God.
yeah.
And I'm
picking
like,
someone up.
that
That used to be my fantasy.
right, me too.
Because and
Actually, it still is.
Well, I know.
Wait, somebody
Oh my
picking
God.
you? Somebody picking you up?
When you
Oh my
see when you meet a man or woman, I don't
and you
know.
know they can pick
and
you up.
they just that bulk next
Yeah.
to your body that makes you
Oh
feel
my gosh.
tiny.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
That
totally
is some
agree.
good stuff. So
All I'm saying though is, you see the scenes, like she's in the, she wakes up, she's in his t-shirt. I'm like, first of all,
Oh my God, I had that
I've
thought
dated
so many
one
times.
man where I could wear his shirt. Everyone else,
So
like,
many times.
I'm like, what is this, like a baby tee?
oh my God.
You put it on, it's a fucking crop top.
This is actually a really good segue into
It's a crop
the
top.
fact that the reason why I just started my new line, which is called You're Too Much, and you can follow it on Instagram at
Boom.
URTUMUC8.
There you go.
I love being
Follow
too
it.
much. It's my
Um,
favorite thing to be.
Because everyone my whole life has told me that you're too much.
Oh my God.
I am.
I'm following that.
So part of the reason that I started that line is because I really wanted a white men's shirt that was humongous.
Yeah.
And like one of my pieces is a humongous men's shirt. And when I say humongous, I mean like Japanese street style, like it's a fucking balloon with buttons on it. It's so amazing.
gosh.
I cannot wait for this line. Okay, so I'm just doing whatever I want, but I'm not doing a collection.
Okay.
So I was really stressed out. I wanted to do a new line. I need a line. I left my corporate job recently. And
You guys aren't drinking enough.
I know.
Sip it. We have a whole
refilled
bottle.
mine. I refilled mine.
Penthouse, the Scarlet. Where did I get this?
It's a sipper.
Oh, look
It's
what
not
it
like a
says, you
chug.
guys. It says always best
It's
undressed.
like from Thotmo.
Look.
Always
Let
best
me take a
undressed.
picture of that. It's literally my
This
life
is
slogan.
definitely something that you give to a woman to get her in bed.
I mean, that's why I brought it.
It's but hey.
I can't. It's not running.
So I call
no.
them cheerleader beers.
Wait, what?
Because
Oh my God.
when we were in high school, none of the girls wanted beer. We wanted Zima
Oh my God. Remember Zima?
with the Jolly Rancher in it.
So come on. You wanted to
Wait,
have sex
yeah,
talk.
let's
You
talk
wanted to have
about-
that sex talk.
No.
Go.
that leads to sex talk.
we need
but
to actually talk about our guests why she's here in the Plus Bus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We need to talk about you.
We have 10 minutes.
We have 10
So I
minutes.
want you to tell everybody first. Let's get back to your collection. When can we? Not collection. I'm sorry. Let's get back to your fashion line. When can we
When?
expect this?
So it's a line of caftans, by
Okay.
the way, and it's
What's that?
caftans are like a long maxi. Well, the one that Stacy's wearing.
Okay.
That's basically
Yes.
the piece, and then I'm just doing like crazy fabric. So it's like I'm doing like a sheer one with pearls covering the whole body.
Oh, I
I'm
want
doing tons of sequin ones,
want
tons of different
The
like,
sheer one.
just really over the top fabrics, really like a lot of volume, just like art.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Art on a
clothing.
dress. I love
Not
that.
clothing.
I
Like
love it.
artistic pieces that artists. I've been working a lot with stylists, and there's a lot more fat people that are getting famous. There's a lot more fat people that are doing things. So there's a lot more demand for, we had I think we had 8 people come to us for Emmy dresses this year.
Shut your
That's
face.
amazing.
Whereas last year we had 1.
Right.
Right.
And then we've also worked with Lizzo's stylist a lot. This
we love
just
her.
like in the past 2 weeks, we've been working with another one. I mean, it's really exciting
Yeah.
to see, what everyone is into, what everyone is doing. I'd love to make a movie about all the people at the Plus Bus someday and just interview everyone, because it's just such a diverse set of things that people are doing. I have a lot of people that work in family therapy. I have people who work for trans youth that are, getting off the streets. And then we have tons of fashion people and people who are making movies, people who are making websites, people who are writing books. We had Virgie and Jess Baker through this year with their books. And then we had, the Sarai Walker show, Dietland, that was on AMC. Joy Nash is a huge number one
That
fan
got canceled, by the way.
I talked to Joy today, and I just called her, and I was like, you know what? I love you so much. I just wanted to call you and tell you that it's obviously because you have to do other stuff. And I said, let's do it. Let's do an acting class at the Plus Bus. Let's do fat actresses. Let's do
I'm there.
and this is what I've been just the past 3 weeks or a month. I've literally just been like connecting with people, seeing what they're good at, talking to them a lot, and being like, okay, do the thing.
Right.
Like, let's do it. You know?
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's so many of us in the plus size world that kind of were waiting to get thin.
How you doing?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Jen. I was
Hi.
waiting to get thin.
Hi, I wasn't going to take my fucking headshots because I was waiting to lose 40 pounds. Like, who the fuck am I right now?
she
You
took
know what I'm
them,
saying?
and they're
And I
amazing.
took them, and they're great. And they landed me an agent, and who knows what else. You know what I mean?
41 years old, and I'm just now learning how to like forget about all that stuff and do my own thing.
But you got there.
Yeah,
but you
I
got
mean,
there.
Now you can use your voice to help women, young women, to get to that place a little bit sooner. You know
well,
what I mean?
and I think, and that is like what's really exciting is I'm seeing the young kids too. It's not just, I mean, it's just so refreshing. These kids have grown up with more access to more things and more representation. I mean, my daughter is never going to be living in a world where a fat person wasn't on the cover of Cosmo.
Right. Oh
Right.
my gosh.
That's fucking intense.
But she's
Like,
also,
it's
like-
such a huge thing.
But yeah, but
It's a
she's also,
huge thing.
what also sucks though is she's living in a world of pressure where she's going to see so much too. Like we didn't have that when we were growing up, right?
well, I
think,
had that growing up.
The pressure of Instagram and all that stuff.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's still on every single, when you turn the TV on, when you go
Yeah.
to
We
the
had
grocery
it in a
magnified,
different
though, you
way.
don't
We
think?
had it in a different way. I think definitely I don't know what my daughter will face as far as body image, but I am making it my life's mission that she will not spend one fucking day waiting to be thin
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
in
And
her life. And if that happens, if she if she can get past this cycle, like think about her kids, you know, like it's going to happen.
Yeah,
We're
I
getting
love
there.
that.
And I think like things like Dietland help, and we're just literally in embryonic stages of plus size, like what plus size can be and what plus size is right now are two very drastic things and very drastically different things. We just have like basically we're like one cell that just split into two, you know, like we haven't even gotten to a point where we have like a thing that we can talk about as a thing yet, you know. We've only just started and literally since 2012 when I started Cult of Cali, which was my first line in the plus size world, Cult of California, by the way.
Is it by the way, is your stuff plus size or is it inclusive?
I mean, caftans are pretty much body inclusive.
Yes.
So that's part of it, is that I mean, obviously my target market is plus size bodies, and that's who I find attractive and who I want to brand my brand with. But yeah, these are garments that are genderless, that are bodiless, that
Right.
are, you know, the price points can be anywhere from $50 to $4,000 depending on
The fabric.
what I'm using. And
Yeah.
there's just, it just fits so well with my personality of like being able to put on a piece that's very comfortable and very easy to wear, but that gives you fashion.
Yeah, and you can dress
also-
it up and
also gives you like art, like what I'm saying. It's not clothing, it's fashion. Like there's a lot of plus size clothing. There's a lot of clothing, but fashion is different.
Yeah.
Fashion is not about, fashion's not about practicalities, like, how big your butt is going to look, or, these things that clothing are, you know, trying to solve. It's always about slimming, making you look tall, you know,
Right,
putting
right.
your weight in the right
And like you were
parts,
saying,
and
there's so much of that available for
there are clothing available.
No, but I'm saying the artistic, like we just had New York Fashion Week, Paris Fashion Week, and you see all of these amazing like artistic runway shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy to see some plus size shows, but we're still very, like you said, it's very
the
what's the
difference
word?
between like Yves Saint
practical.
Laurent
You know what I
and
mean?
towards fashion.
We don't have real
at
fashion.
New York.
Right.
Not to diss anyone. They're dealing with a set of values that they've adopted in the retail
Right.
industry.
And no, I'm
But-
very, very happy and thankful to have like
Chromat,
way more options.
Chromat, I'm like Chromat.
But
Hey, they're doing
let's
it. They're doing
keep
artistic stuff.
pushing it.
But 90% of fashion for straight sizes is unwearable, unrecognizable as a garment, and is purely for the beauty of fashion and art.
Yeah.
Right.
And 90% of plus size fashion is cover up that shit, girl.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah.
And so I'm just like trying to shift my own paradigm to like, I don't want to look smaller. I don't want to look taller. I don't want to look anything. I want to look smart, artistic, creative,
Like you.
weird.
Like you.
Like I want to stand out,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's a lot more plus size people that are willing to do that now. And then with a caftan, I mean, anybody can wear it. It's like,
Right.
it's a universal garment. It's
Yeah.
been around since like 1400 or something.
Right.
So I don't want to cut everybody off, but we're about to get booted.
We are?
750.
Oh, shit.
7:52.
Oh my
Sorry,
God.
Ronan.
See, that's how you know I'm drunk.
Season finale of season 1. We want to thank the Plus Bus for being here.
I'm gulping my
Jen.
wine. On
Gulp
the-
it, girl.
And
Gulp
you guys,
it.
make sure you're keeping an eye out. Follow Plus Bus. Follow us to keep everybody up to date with our event. Jen,
Thank you.
one more
10:13.
time, where can they find you?
10:13. Thank you for being here, Jen.
Thank you guys
and thank
so
Marcy.
much for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for believing in yourselves enough to go out and do the thing that you needed to see in the world. And I would just like to impart that little knowledge with our listeners. Go out there and do the thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Don't be afraid.
nobody's going to do it like you.
Yeah.
And we need to see fat bodies doing all the different things that
Yep.
Yes.
skinny
Yep.
bodies are doing.
Cheers
Yes,
to
ma'am.
that.
You can find me at United States of LA and You're Too Much, and also the Plus Bus
Guys,
on Instagram. And also you can find my business partner, the Marcy Minute, on Instagram. And you can also follow her podcast and listen to her podcast, The Midlife Makeover, which is on hiatus right now, but it's really great. You should listen. She's a very smart lady. Marcy's not here to represent herself, but I learned everything from watching her.
I think that
I'm
they're
just
literally
the
going to
artist.
kick us off.
I know.
You guys, thank you for
Thank
watching.
you so much.
Cheers. We love you guys.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for all our sponsors. 10:13. Be at the event. We love you. Yay! Oh my God. You know what? This is why I'm not allowed to drink.
It went so fast.
Can I tell you why I'm not allowed to
You're
drink?
listening to
'Cause I was
Plus
looking at
Size
that clock
Divas
going, oh my
with
God, wait a
Deanna
minute.
and Carmen, only on LA Talk Radio.